Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. Today for your live match watch along as Watford take on Millwall away in London at the Den this afternoon. To say I'm nervous and bricking it is probably an understatement. I think this game has probably come at completely the wrong time for Watford, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. But here we are. We're ready to go and ready to watch the game alongside you lovely folk today. We'll take a look at the Watford team in just a few minutes' time as we approach kickoff here, about 10 minutes or so away from kickoff at the moment. If you are new around here as well, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It'd be very much appreciated. You can do that by hitting the button down below. And make sure you leave a like on the stream as well. It'd be very much appreciated. So I think it's right we take a look at the Watford lineup, I say. So let me bring it up on the screen for you now. There we go. Very, very cool. So the Watford lineup today is a little bit different compared to usual. It looks like Valérien Ismaël may have gone with a bit of a formation change, which we'll discuss in just a moment. I'll just read a few of your comments first. Make sure to get your comments in the live chat, of course. VJ is here. VJ says a very important game. And I reckon it's an important game in terms of Valérien Ismaël's future at Watford, actually. And we'll discuss all the rumours about his future probably later on in the match. But yeah, VJ says, very important game. I reckon we owe them one. 2-1 to Watford, Kone and Kayembe. Danny WFC says Watford 1, Millwall 0. That's what we like to see. But yeah, looking back at the Watford team on here at the moment, Ben Hamer in goal. Jeremy Ngakia, who for me is a bit of a surprise inclusion here. I would have expected Ryan Andrews myself, but Valérien Ismaël has gone with Jeremy Ngakia, who's recently returned from injury at right back. Then he goes with Francisco Sierralta in that right centre back position, Wesley Hoot, of course, and Jamal Lewis. Now, it looks to me like we've gone with a 4-4-2 formation, at least from what I've gathered from kind of looking at the initial lineup we have here. So yeah, as I said, Ngakia, Sierralta, Wesley Hoot, Jamal Lewis, and then we've got Jake Livermore and Kayembe in midfield. And it looks to me like we've got Ken Sema on the left, Yasser Espria on the right, and then Emmanuel Dennis and Vacuum Bio up front in kind of a 2, really, which should in principle work out pretty well, you suspect. A big man and a small man in Bio and Dennis. So yeah, hopefully that will work. But good to see Valérien Ismaël has at least changed up the formation and is doing something a bit different, because I think we can all agree that in recent weeks, I'll just bring the stream back to myself. There we go. I think we can just all agree that in recent weeks we have become a bit stagnant and a bit passive in terms of some of our final third play, and hopefully today, mixing it up as we have done, with the starting 11, hopefully we can see a much improved performance. I think for me the concern is Millwall under Neil Harris at the Den. I think it's their first home game under their new head coach, and Millwall legend, I believe, as well, Neil Harris. So I'm sure the Den, will be right up for this game. Will the Watford players succumb to that pressure? I think that's a big question for me. But I'll just bring the team back up one more time before kickoff, and I'll try and find out the Millwall team as well. Actually, just give me one moment. But yeah, the starting lineup's interesting for me. It does look like the change of formation. Ben Hamer, Jeremy Ngakia, Francisco Sierralta, Wesley Hoot, Jamal Lewis. And it looks like it's going to be Livermore and Kayembe in midfield, which again, to me, that's you've got two big physical presences in there. And then you've got Ken Sema on the left, Esprit on the right. And it looks like it'll be Dennis and Bio up front. As always, it could change around slightly. Esprit could kind of drift in to the number 10 position, if you will. So it could all change during the game. But I think to me that suggests a bit more physicality with Ngakia and Sierralta, Livermore, Kayembe in midfield, and then Bayo and Dennis up front. So for me, am I happy with the starting 11? I'd say I probably am. The one frustration is the exclusion of Ryan Andrews, who I think for me has been kind of unfairly treated potentially by Ismail in recent weeks. It started off with saying that he had potential fatigue issue, which might have been understandable a few weeks ago when we had, a big influx of games. But it's clearly not fatigue anymore. It's obviously a tactical decision that Valerian Ismail was making. And I was speaking to the Yellow Squared podcast actually probably about 20 minutes ago. And they said that actually Ismail seems to prefer Tomdeli Bashiri just because of his ball retention ability within the side. And obviously he's gone with Ngakia today, who you'd argue is a more physical presence than Andrews as well. So it seems to me it's not fatigue and it's more a tactical decision by Valerian Ismail, which is very interesting. So we'll have to see how that situation with Andrews develops throughout the rest of this season. But yes, that is the Watford team. We'll quickly go through the substitutes as well, just prior to kick off, about 5 or so minutes to go. So we have Daniel Batman in as our backup goalkeeper. On the bench, Ryan Porteous, Tom Ince, Mileta Rajovic, who is still our top scorer, by the way, Ismail Kone, Matty Pollock, Tomdeli Bashiri, Matthias Martins, and of course Ryan Andrews are the Watford options on the bench. So there is your Watford team. There's one final look for you before we head into the game. I've mentioned before, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Our aim today is to hit 850 subscribers here on YouTube. So we're 8 away from that goal. So you could subscribe to the channel by clicking the button down below. That would be very much appreciated. Rhythm says if it's 0-0 by the 70th minute, we will concede. I do have my score prediction in mind. It's not a positive one. I think Watford could potentially get battered today. I think, the Den, I've been there myself previously. It's a very intimidating environment for football fans and for the players on the pitch, or for the opposition players, I should say. Yeah, it could go one or two ways. Watford could put in an outstanding performance, or ultimately we could succumb to the pressure and bottle it, really. So, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. We'll have to see what happens. But, yeah, that's the Watford lineup. I'll try and find the Millwall lineup now. The Watford and Millwall players are just coming out of the tunnel now and are ready to go. Millwall, again, they've got some decent players. I think it was Tom Bradshaw last season who scored the hat-trick against us, and I remember that very, very well, of course. And yeah, Zian Fleming for Millwall was probably their key player for me. Really talented midfielder. Tanganga at the back as well, on loan from Tottenham. Duncan Watmore, Obafemi, Honeyman. So yeah, they've got a decent team, Millwall. So yeah, we'll see what happens. They've got some good football players, and I'm surprised they're as low down in the table as they are, actually, because as I say, they're a decent football club. And yeah, the Den is a very intimidating atmosphere. Rhythm says, I want 2-0 to Watford, but realistically, from our recent performances, I don't have the highest of hopes of it going our way. That's a fair enough comment, of course. Here we go. I'm nervous. We're literally probably about a minute or so away from kickoff now. Jake Cooper, Japhet Tanganga, George Saville, Duncan Watmore, George Honeyman, Michael Obafemi. He's got a lot of pace. Zian Fleming as well. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. The Den looks pretty sold out to me, actually. I know a lot of Watford fans have gone today. I saw a video earlier of some Watford fans on a boat on the River Thames, which was good to see, given it large in central London. So yeah, I would have gone today, actually. I was just concerned that Watford we're going to get battered. But yeah, I should have gone to the game. I don't know why I haven't. But I'm here with you guys watching it instead, which is fantastic, of course. Rocco says Watford are going to batter them. I very much hope so, Rocco. Fingers crossed we do. And as I said, we're here on the Watford Way watching the game with you guys today. I also have a Saturday night takeaway just after the game as well, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, we'll discuss all of that later in the stream. And Watford are inevitably a few goals down in this game. But here we go, about to kick off here. Wesley Hugh is just about to flip the coin with Gavin Ward, who is our referee today. Both teams playing in blue. Millwall in more of like a navy dark blue. Watford done in the light blue away kit today, which I really do like, actually. It's like a really nice aqua blue, I would call it, Watford's away kit. I can imagine myself sunning myself up abroad wearing that shirt, repping the best football club in the world. And here we are, literally about to kick off now. And yeah, it looks like Millwall are going to be getting us underway today. Here we go. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I love it. Okay. So it's blue versus blue today. Dark blue of Millwall versus the light blue of Watford. It's going to make it a little bit difficult for me to see who's on the ball from the distance I'm watching the game here. But I'll give it my very best go. And Millwall get us underway. Here we go. Millwall very much on the front foot here early on. Already in Watford's penalty area, causing some chaos. Kayembe drives out, though, and looking to pass it into Yassir Espria. Millwall win it back, and their fans are going to be right up for the game today. I, of course, don't have the audio on as I'm watching the game with you, but I'm sure there's a very loud atmosphere at the Den this afternoon. Rocco has gone with a Emmanuel Dennis hat-trick. And good to see Dennis playing today, actually. Dennis come off injured in our defeat at home to Huddersfield Town. Looked like he had a groin injury, and I was quite concerned he might have been out for a few weeks, actually, but is rested, is recovered, and is starting today, which is good news, really. Millwall have a set piece here, just kind of towards the corner flag, really, in Watford's defensive third, just a minute into the game. So Watford under a bit of defensive pressure early on here at the Den. And I can see the Watford fans there behind the goal, hopefully singing loud and proud, of course. And here come Millwall with the set piece, looking to whip one in from this distance. He does so, and it's headed away by the big man, Wesley Hoots, who is still on 9 yellow cards, by the way. Make sure you keep that fact in your mind, because if he does pick up a yellow card today, he will be suspended for 2 games, of course, with the rule in football where you accrue 10 yellow cards, you're suspended for 2 matches. 5 yellow cards is a 1-match ban. I think we've seen 15 yellow cards before. I think Jose Holebas has picked up the record amount of yellow cards in the Premier League season from what I remember a few years ago. So, yeah, hopefully Wesley Hugh avoids suspension today, because we certainly need him in this Watford side. He's one of our more consistent players. And good to see Ngakia back out there as well. A long road back from injury for him as well. Although he does foul. It's actually Livermore who fouled the Millwall player there. But yeah, good to see Ngakia back out on the grass. And here's Fleming, who is taking control over the free kick. Again, probably too far out to shoot, probably 35, 40 yards, about the distance that Yassir Espria scored against Norwich, actually. Fleming is standing over it. About 3 minutes gone here at the Den at the moment. I suspect he won't shoot. He does shoot, actually. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Now, I said he won't shoot. He's shot and he's scored, and it's gone in at Ben Hamer's near post by the looks of it. And Ben Hamer, should he have got that? Was it a quality free kick? I just need to watch this back in the replay here. I mean, Watford are 1-0 down. He hadn't had noticed already. Goodness gracious me. Let's change the score here. In fact, let me just watch this back on the replay. Oh dear, I think that might be down to Ben Hamer, actually. Do I blame the goalkeeper in that situation? I don't know, but we expected this to happen, and you expect the atmosphere at the Den now to be rocking. Zian Fleming, who I highlighted as their key player with the goal, Oh, God, for goodness sake. Oh, my God. I mean, again, giving away a silly foul. But hey ho, we expected this. Valerian Ismail is a man under pressure at the moment, and this has certainly not aided his course already very early on in this game. Um, oh, God, here we go. We look a little bit all over the place at the moment, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. Um, I can't decide whether that was a really good free kick or if it was just a really terrible save. I mean, Ben Hamer set up his wall. I've not seen it enough times to decide really. Um, I mean, the goal was scored the side the wall was placed, so I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's just poor, isn't it? I mean, nothing's going our way at the moment, clearly. And yeah, Millwall, Zian Fleming scoring a goal. Rhythm says deflection. I didn't see the deflection actually. I have to watch that back. Rocco says, "Why are we so bad?" I don't know, Rocco. You tell me. I don't know. I don't know. Here's Livermore on the ball looking to create something. It does look like we are playing this 4-4-2 formation. Vacuum Bio and Dennis are clearly in a two up top. Jamal Lewis and Ngaki are pushing quite high actually in kind of the wing back roles. Yeah, Lewis almost playing as a left winger at the moment. But yeah, 5.5 minutes gone here at the Den, and Watford already one goal down. I can hear my brother in the other room getting very frustrated, as I am as well. Let me just ask my brother to come in, actually. Ashley, is he going to come in? No, he's walked away. Oh dear. I mean, a lot of you guys are saying it was a deflection for the goal. Um, let's see what you guys are saying on Twitter. I didn't see a deflection. Maybe I'm just being blind. But I thought it was a pretty good strike. A lot of people blaming Hamer actually. Yeah. It's frustrating. Yeah, it just looks odd. The way that Ben Hamer went down to save it just looked like an odd save. That was all. But hey, I'm not going to complain too much about it. Rocco says bring back Delafeu. VJ says oh dear as well. I agree with you, VJ. Please subscribe to the Watford Way as well. I know we're losing, but it would bring a smile on my face, of course, as we watch our miserable football club lose once again. And the problem is, our saving grace this season has been our away form. It's been really good, and arguably it's been better than our form at Vicarage Road. But if we're now going to start losing away from home and not picking up any points in these situations as well, I'm quite concerned actually. And I know people don't want to say, are Watford going to get dragged into a relegation battle? However, Millwall are, a few points below Watford at the moment. They're towards the bottom end of the table. We're losing to them today. Watford have Swansea on Wednesday midweek. If we lose that game, Watford could be, 4, 5, 6 points off the relegation zone. Now, I'm not going to say Watford will get relegated, but what it might do is it might trigger Gino Pozzo into making, a decision about Valerian Ismail's future, which is it warranted? I would say that if we lose the next 2 or 3 games, I would say a decision over his future is certainly, a question that has to be asked. Rocco says he's a proud subscriber. Thank you very much, Rocco. Appreciate that. Tom Potts says, yeah, as I just discussed, relegation battle incoming for us. Potentially so. I mean, if it gets to that stage, then, I'm really lacking the motivation to go to games anyway at the moment. I mean, I said I might have gone to the game today myself. There were still tickets available to buy. At the moment, I'm glad I didn't because Watford are already 1-0 down. And here come Millwall on the attack again. Well won back though by Ado Kayembe. Yeah, it's going to be a very physical affair, this one. I think that's why he went for Livermore and Kayembe. So it wasn't Kayembe, it was Dennis who won the ball back, actually tracking back. But yeah, it's clearly why Ismail went for Livermore and Kayembe in midfield. He knew it was going to be physical. He knew it was going to be tough. But yeah, that certainly wasn't in Watford's game plan, going 1-0 down that early on. Certainly not. Ah. Not good. Not good. I mean, we've not created a chance so far. Here come Watford though. Jamal Lewis looks like he's won us a corner, which he has done. So Jamal Lewis wins Watford the corner. Good to see. Who's going over to take this corner? Let's have a look. Probably, yes, Ken Sema. He seems to be our set piece taker when he's in the team. So Sema going to whip this in with his left foot. 10 minutes gone here at the Den. He does so. And Millwall, doesn't get near any Watford players. Millwall kick that away very, very easily. I might start a poll actually in the YouTube chat. About Valerian Ismail in just a moment. Here come Watford though. Emmanuel Dennis wins the ball back from a loose pass from Millwall's defence. Still with Dennis. Oh, Dennis shoots and it's blocked. And that was the first real half chance for Watford. Well worked there by Dennis, creating really an opportunity for himself, by himself. And here's Sema bombing in down this left-hand side. Livermore wins it. Asprilla back to Livermore. It's a bit messy at the moment, and Livermore with a god-awful pass passes it straight back to Millwall, and the Millwall fans get off their feet because they're right up for this game. The first chance for Watford, I'd say. Dennis there picking up on, a loose pass from the Millwall back line. Drives back inside, cuts inside on his left foot, and really a half chance for Emmanuel Dennis there. Tom Potts says, why do we always struggle against Millwall? I think every team kind of has their bogey team, don't they? I'd say Norwich are a team that we've struggled against previously as well. But yeah, Millwall are probably Watford's bogey team. Crystal Palace as well, we've always struggled against. What other bogey teams have Watford had? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, really. Let me know in the chat if Watford have any other bogey teams. But we certainly have never managed to beat Manchester City, at least since I've been supporting Watford. So, yeah, I think Watford have beat every other Big Six team apart from Manchester City. So, but yeah, you could argue Manchester City are a bogey team for every team, right? Because they are so, so good. But yeah, unfortunately, Watford don't have the opportunity to play against Manchester City anymore. Instead, we are playing against Millwall at the Den. So yeah, that shows how far Watford have dropped off in recent years. Oh my goodness, Watford are a complete mess defensively at the moment. And Ngakia, they're giving away another foul. Again, it's just a really physical game. A lot of aerial challenges going in, a lot of duels to be won. And certainly Millwall are winning the majority of the ground and aerial duels in this match at the moment. So here's Millwall with another set piece. Definitely not in a shooting area this time, I can assure you. And it is defended well by Watford. Here's Yasser Asprilla, who picks up the ball and is looking to drive forward. And referee, that's surely a foul. Thank you very much indeed. Watford players asking for a yellow card there to be given out by Gavin Ward. Asprilla went down. Was it a yellow card? I'd argue potentially it was. Asprilla driving into some space there. Looked like he kind of got muscled off the ball, really. I wouldn't really call that. Was that a foul? I don't know. The conditions today are probably quite tough as well. I mean, in the UK, you don't live in the UK. I mean, you probably know this anyway, but we've had so much rain lately. It's been unbelievable. It's been so wet here in the UK. So um, every ground Watford travel to, aside from Vicarage Road, um, is going to be a little bit dodgy on the knees, I'm sure. I think Sheffield Wednesday was a poor pitch to play on. Cardiff, I think, was pretty poor to play on as well, from what I remember. But yeah, we're certainly blessed at Vicarage Road to have a grounds team and a pitch as good as we do. We just don't utilize it because certainly in the last 2 or 3 months we've been dismal at home. I think we've not won. I don't know if this stat's true, but someone told me we've not won a championship match at home since I think the 28th of November, and we're now in early March, which shows shows how poor we've been. That City from Kayembe, he tries a roulette spin in the middle of midfield and just gives the ball away. Unnecessary. Just play the simple passes, Edo. Here's Lewis driving inside, back to Kayembe. Plays it back to Hoot. Into Francisco Sierralta. Out wide to Ngakia. God, Millwall are on us today. Back to Wesley Hoot. Wesley Hoot with a nice pass out to Lewis, looking to cross it in. He does so. Goes to no one. Is picked up, though, by Dennis here, just outside the box. Dennis looking to create something. Espria, Livermore, out to Ngakia on this right-hand side. Can Ngakia win us something? He does so. He wins as a corner. Well done, Jeremy. I can't believe we're behind already. I really can't. Decent bit of play there by Watford. Probably the best, bit of final third play we've seen from Watford so far. Here we go. Ken Sema again, ready to whip this ball in. Referees having a word with Tanganga and Sierralta in the penalty area for a bit of physical activity. Come on, ref, get on with it. Here we go. Ken Summer whips the ball in. It's headed away by Millwall once more. Wesley Hoot picks it back up. Wesley Hoot, again, he tries a roulette spin as well. What is going on with our skill moves today? Jamal Lewis taking the throw for Watford. Taking his time over it. There we go. He throws it. Goes out for another Watford throw. This game has certainly not been that exciting so far. I mean, what have we seen so far? We've seen a free kick that really shouldn't have been scored. And we've seen Watford maybe have a half chance through Emmanuel Dennis. So, yeah, not much of note has happened so far in this game. Here's Ngakia. Looking to find the pass forward. He doesn't. Plays it back to Jake Livermore. Back to Livermore again, who goes all the way back to Ben Hamer. And this is the frustration for me. I mean, we see this week in, week out with Valerian Ismail at the moment. A lot of passes between the fullbacks and the centre-backs and not really much forward progression of the ball at all. And it's boring and dull to watch at times. I mean, I found myself nearly falling asleep at Vicarage Road sometimes this season. It's been so boring. Oh, big chance there, but a great, last-ditch challenge there by Sierralta. Otherwise, I think it would have been Watmore who would have been in for Millwall. Rocco says, hope Doumbia is good for us. Of course, Watford signing Doumbia from Black Stars, a talented, African striker. Do I know a lot about him? No, I don't. Can he be another Yassir Espria or a João Pedro? I certainly hope so. But look, I don't want to set my hopes on 18-year-old foreign talents coming into Watford. Yes, the strategy has worked for us well in recent years, but I want to keep hold of our best players and I want to progress up the leagues with our best players. And I look at Yasser Espria and I can see him staying for maybe one more year potentially, if that. João Pedro again, had a good season for us, then is sold on to Brighton. Richarlison sold on for £40 million. So, Watford have had a lot of good, talented foreigners, or foreign players, I should say, come into the club. Purvis Estupinian as well, the left back who's also at Brighton, very, very talented. But we let them go for relatively low transfer fees in the footballing world at the moment. And yeah, we're kind of stuck with the likes of Vacuum Bio, Mileta Rajovic, Jake Livermore, who are decent professional footballers, but aren't the star quality Watford need to progress up the Football League ultimately. So hopefully, going forward, Watford can try and keep hold of our star players really and try and build something for the future. That's the aim. But where we are at the moment, we're a selling club. We have to sell our best assets to generate revenue. And that's what Watford are at the moment. And I hope that can change in the future. But ultimately, you look at the size of the club we are, where we are in the table. That's what we are. We're a selling football club. Vacuum Bio closing down the keeper here. Score update as well in another championship game. Watford's next opposition, Swansea, are beating Blackburn Rovers by 2-0. 20 minutes gone in their game as well. So looking ominous for Watford for the next couple of games. Here's Jamal Lewis looking to do something of note. Back to Lewis from Sema. Back to Wesley Hute. Back out to Ngakia. Here's Dennis on the right-hand side, looking to release the ball. He keeps hold of it for now. He releases it to Ngakia. What a boring game. What a boring game. The last exciting game I watched was probably the 3-3 draw with Plymouth on New Year's Day. That was very, very exciting. Yes, we didn't win that game either, but Watford scoring 3 goals, Plymouth scoring 3 goals as well. Yeah, that was a good game to watch. Wow, Millwall trying their luck from range there. Ben Hamer was out of his goal. Obafemi had a shot. But yeah, went wide of Ben Hamer's post, trying to do a Wesley Hute and score from the halfway line. Please subscribe to the Watford Way as well if you are new around here. Trying to hit 850 subscribers today. That is the aim. So if you are new, make sure to hit that button. It would be very much appreciated. Oh. Come on, Watford. Oh, half chance there for Millwall. Long throw into the box and the header way wide of Ben Hamer's goal. But yeah, Millwall certainly having the better of the opportunities so far. About halfway now into the first half. Ismail is off his bench and instructing the Watford players. What he is saying, I don't know, but it's certainly not helping us at the moment. Here's Ben Hamer looking to play out from the back under a little bit of pressure here from the Millwall forward line. Ngakia back to Francisco Sierralta. Back to Ben Hamer. Oh my God. Ben Hamer there. Oh my God. He nearly scored an own goal. So the ball's played back to him by Francisco Sierralta. Ben Hamer fumbles the touch And he was very lucky there that it went the right side of his post. Goodness me. But Ben Hamer there gives away a silly, silly corner from what was a simple back pass from Sierralta. Goodness me. I mean, what is going on today? Oh my God, that was simple football, and we really have now we've conceded a corner to Millwall unnecessarily. What is what is going on? Here's Fleming takes a corner, punched away by Ben Hamer. Vacuum Bio chasing down the loose ball. Oh, Millwall, big threat here. Obafemi getting close. And Millwall still have the ball, looking to keep the pressure on Watford down this left-hand side. Watford trying to win it back, but can't do so. And yeah, that's great play there by Millwall, keeping the ball really well. Something Watford haven't managed to do so far this game, albeit that goes out for a Watford goal kick. Goodness me. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll set up a poll in the chat that you guys can answer. We did one last time. What shall we do this time? Let's do. I'll do a fun one to. I'll do a fun one to start with. We'll go. Do you have pineapple on pizza? Yes or no? Because I do. I do like pineapple on pizza. Now, that might be controversial, but yeah, I do like pineapple on pizza. I do apologize for any pizza connoisseurs out there or any Italians watching this. But yes, I do like pineapple on pizza. The poll has started. Get voting away in the YouTube live chats. Yeah, pineapple on pizza. Yes or no? So nearly 26 minutes gone now here at the Den. Zian Fleming taking a long throw for Millwall. It's knocked on inside the box. Millwall still have the ball. A lot of aerial duels going on at the moment. Dennis hoofs it away, but Millwall still retain possession. Again, a lot of aerial duels happening at the moment. The ball's not staying on the ground very much in this game. Vacuum Bio does really well there, and Dennis has a chance to run at the back line. Here's Dennis. Plays it into Espria, who has the chance to shoot. He does so. And it's headed away by Millwall. Big chance there for Espria. Edge of the box. We know what he can do from distance. Ngakia trying not to foul Watmore here. And yeah, Wesley Hoot should be able to clean that up. He plays it back to Ben Hamer, who doesn't fumble his touch this time. Back out to Kayembe. Come on, Watford. Come on. I mean, we lose this game today. I mean, there quite literally is nothing to play for. I mean, you know, if Watford lose today, you know, I don't even think it's mid-table mediocrity. I think Watford have to try and, you know, stay away from the relegation battle if we lose today, because prior to this game, Watford were 9 points off the drop. I mean, let's see what it is as results stand at the moment. Of course, we can check in on the other championship scores and the other Premier League scores as well. So Watford are currently 13th on 44 points. Stoke City are on 36 points. So yeah, we're not totally far off the drop at the moment. We're 8 points away as it stands, which is concerning, actually. Really concerning. Here's Millwall. Wesley Hoot plays it back out to Ken Sema. Sema looking to drive forward and use some of his strength. Here's Kayembe into Aspria, looking to create an opening from distance. Oh, really good shot there by Aspria. It doesn't go in, but he certainly tested the Millwall goalkeeper. Very nearly another wonderful goal there by Yasser Espria. Oh, he works that space so well, straight at the goalkeeper in the end, who did fumble it. But Espria is certainly Watford's best attacking threat at the moment. And yeah, that's the best chance of the game so far. They're all worked by himself, of course. And yeah, what a wonderful talent Espria is. We're so lucky to have a player like him, because you think of the goals he's scored this season and the winning goals he's scored and the assists he's created. I think Watford would be in real trouble actually without Espria, in this side. So certainly, very, very lucky to have him. Oja says almost 2-0. I didn't see a big opportunity for that, but maybe I wasn't looking at the screen at that time. Here's Watford trying to do something of note. Wesley Hute trying to play a through ball there over the top to Jamal Lewis. Go straight back to the Millwall goalkeeper. I'm watching this opportunity now, actually. Yeah, Ben Hamer. Yeah, there was a big chance, actually. I must have missed that while I was looking at the chat. Ben Hamer comes out again, doesn't do very well. Hamer not having the best of games today. Watmore runs the ball around him. The angle's too tight in the end for him to score. But yeah, almost 2-0 there from Millwall. I must have missed that. I must have just been looking at a different screen. Oh God, this is tough to watch. I remember doing streams when Watford got promoted under Xisco Munoz, and they were so fun to do because you knew pretty much week in, week out, you'd see fun, exciting football, and Watford would win most weeks by scoring lots of goals actually. And it's been so dull and dreadful to watch over the past 2 months. It really has been. Yeah, there's not a lot of positivity to take out of Watford at the moment. From what I know as well, if you are a season ticket holder, Watford are meant to be communicating the season ticket renewal prices and the dates for that in the coming week or so, which will be interesting to see how many people renew their season tickets as well. So, yeah, it's an interesting time at Watford at the moment. The possession stats have just come up actually, and Watford surprisingly dominating the ball, 60-30 possession. Well, not 60-30, but you know what I mean. It's about 64% possession to Watford. And Watford win a foul here in a dangerous area. So again, I think it's a tale of our season where we do actually have quite a lot of the ball in the majority of matches, but we just don't do a whole lot with it. It's just very passive. We wait for moments of quality. Here's a chance for Watford anyway. Let's get positive behind this opportunity here. Probably the same distance that Zian Fleming scored his free kick from on the other side of the pitch. Wesley Hute is standing over it, obviously with his left foot. Ken Sema potentially eyeing this up as well. Looks like Wesley Hute is going to be the one to take this. Can Wesley Hute, with his magic left foot, get Watford back into this game? It's a very good position. If he can whip it into that far corner, Watford will be back into this. Here's Hute standing over it. Can our big Dutch centre-back get us back into this game? Here he goes. The referee blows the whistle. He shoots. Oh, goes just over the bar. The goalkeeper was certainly a little bit concerned, but yeah, not on target there from Wesley Hughes, unfortunately. But yeah, a decent strike. I agree, Oja. I agree with what you've said there. I think Watford struggle against the majority of Championship teams. To be honest with you, I think it's just moments of quality that separate us really. And Dennis, again, got the goal against Leicester. Dennis got the goal against Huddersfield. Espria scored a great goal against Norwich. And again, he scored a goal again a couple of days after that as well. So at the moment, it's just moments of quality from individual star talents that are separating us from the other teams. Apart from that, Watford are really a bang average side. And I'd say we're not even a bang average championship side. You look at Bristol at the moment, they're doing really, really well. Middlesbrough, Southampton, Leeds, Leicester. It's so competitive in the division this season. Even Millwall, Millwall were really struggling before they brought in Neil Harris as their manager. And last time out, first game for the manager, they go and beat Southampton, which is a really good feat that Watford haven't managed to do so this season ourselves. So yeah, this division is a weird one where literally every team can beat any team. But yeah, once you find yourself on a poor run of form, it's really hard to get out of it. Just going to go on social media and see what some Watford fans are saying about the performance so far. I'm sure people have some choice words for Watford. Um, People are saying comedy defending today. Um, Boring football. We're all over the place. Um, so yeah, kind of everything we've been saying really. A Watford fan has fallen asleep in the away end apparently as well. That's hilarious. There's a photo of a guy here sleeping on on the chair in the away end. That's pretty hilarious. And as I said, that sums up Watford's football this season. It's boring. It's boring football. Um, I don't find it particularly exciting at all to watch. And if Watford were losing and putting in a decent amount of effort but playing attractive football, it would be easier to stomach. But the fact that the football's been so dull alongside poor results, and yeah, offside there by Dennis, went too early. Yeah, alongside boring football, the results haven't been there. You see teams like Everton under Sean Dyche, where yes, the football they play isn't necessarily attractive and kind of that Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp style of football. However, Everton have been getting some results under Sean Dyche this season in the Premier League, even with their points deduction. Watford are just not an attractive side to watch. We have some attractive players. I think Kayembe is really, really good. Dennis, clearly very good. Espria, Andrews, Wesley Hoot, all very technical players, but we just don't seem to be playing to these guys' strengths at the moment. I mean, again, there, Kayembe and Sema, they played about 10 passes just back and forth to each other. I mean, what is going on? There's not, there's no progression. Again, here at the back, I mean, you obviously can't see what I'm watching, but it's just boring, dull, passing around between the defenders and the midfielders. And then we lose the ball or we give a foul away. And then Millwall are kind of on the ascendancy, really. Millwall player's gone down here. Looks like he's feigning injury, to be honest with you. It's not been good. It's not been great. And yeah, lots of games to come as well. Today, obviously playing Millwall. In the week, we've got Swansea. And then I think we've got Coventry next weekend, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So yeah, it's relentless. 3 games again in 7 days. I'm sure Valerian Ismail will use his fatigue excuse once again, but ultimately, if he doesn't want his squad to be fatigued, he's got to rotate more than he does, and he should have brought in more players. Ultimately, he complains about fatigue. He says it's been an issue for us this season, especially kind of in January, February, but he's the one who chose to have such a small squad. According to him, he said he declined players to keep the squad at the size it was currently. So if Ismail's telling the truth, then the blame has to go on him in that regard. Here's Dennis trying to again, do something, but he can't find a way forward. When Watford have the ball, Millwall are very much keeping everyone behind the ball. Really, again, 65% possession at the moment for Watford. What have we done with it? We could end the game with 80% possession, but if we lose, what's the point? Um, Millwall's game plan has been perfect so far. QPR beating Leicester at the moment. Ilias Chair has scored, who I thought had been arrested and sent to prison for um, the offence he committed. So I'm not sure how Ilias Chair can continue to play football. That's an interesting one for me. I don't know if anyone else knows a bit more about that situation, but yeah, apparently QPR are beating Leicester 1-0 away from home. Ilias Chair scoring the goal for them. He's a very good football player, but I thought he'd been committed of a crime and had been sentenced to prison. So I'm not sure what's happening with Ilias Chair at the moment. And remember, Watford have options to bring off the bench as well. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. Ryan Andrews is there to inject a bit of pace. Ismail Kone is on the bench, as is Ryan Porteous, Matty Pollock, Daniel Batman, even if Leon Ismail wanted to make a goalkeeper substitution. But yeah, there are options there. Matthias Martins as well, Tom Ince, Mileta Rajovic. Are they quality options? You'd probably say no. You're probably better sticking with what's on the pitch at the moment. But I think Kone for me is a player that I'd maybe bring on at half time. And we are approaching half time as well. Actually, 40 minutes gone here. So about 5 or so minutes left to go. I can't imagine there would be too much added time in this first half. Maybe a minute or two, if that. Right, let's see how the poll's doing in the live chat. 50-50 on the pineapple on pizza poll. 50% of you say yes, pineapple on pizza, and 50% of you say no. How interesting. I'm in the yes category. Oh, dear. CV Grill 1-1. How are you, bro? I'm doing good. Thank you very much. Are you a Watford fan? Are you a Millwall fan? Do I remember you? I do not. Have you been in here before? I can't remember. Odger says the next 11 games. How many points? Swansea, Coventry, Birmingham, Leeds, West Brom, Preston, Ipswich, Southampton, Hull, Sunderland, Middlesbrough. God, you got some tough games in there for Watford. Coventry will be tough. Leeds, West Brom doing very well as well. Ipswich, Southampton. It really is concerning, actually, the run Watford have got after Swansea and Coventry is probably on the easier side. But after that, you got a very tough run of games. My name is Kagri. Are you the guy from Argentina? I think so. I do. Do I remember correctly there? Let me know if I'm correct. Still 1-0 to Millwall, of course, in this one. I'm going to end the pineapple on pizza poll. 55% of you said no, and 45% of you said yes. So more people in the no category than yes for pineapple on pizza. That does surprise me. Here's Dennis. Ah, he found his way into the penalty area, actually. And yeah, just a poor pass from Dennis in the end. Here's Obafemi using his pace. He gets around Sierralta. Watmore and Obafemi chasing this down. Watford luckily win it back, and it goes back to Ben Hamer. Ah, yes. Yes, I remember you. I remember you. Come on, Watford. Wesley Hoot whips the ball in there. Dangerous ball. Ngakia back heels it to Dennis. Dennis with a step over there, looking to create something. How many times have I said that today? Here's Ngakia. left foot cross in, very poor goalkeeper claims, very very easy. Um, ah, come on, Watford. Oh god, this has been so boring. I'm so sorry to everyone who's been watching this today. I'm sorry it's not been more exciting for you. Hornet Boy says we're going down. I think actually Hornet Boy, if it doesn't improve, it's certainly a possibility. I mean, we can't rule it out, surely. Um, Someone earlier posted the games we have coming up: Swansea, Coventry, Leeds, West Brom, Ipswich, Southampton, Sunderland. Those are all really tough games, and actually, Watford could very easily find themselves, in a battle to survive. I think all it needs is maybe 2 or 3 more wins to keep us safe, but certainly, if it all goes very wrong, we could be in a dire situation. Usually in a championship, it's about 50 points is the mark where you know you're safe, and Watford are on 44 at the moment. So 2 or 3 more wins and Watford should be okay. You look at the Premier League, it's a little bit different. About 35 to 40 points in the Premier League should secure you safety mathematically come the end of a season. Um, but yeah, I don't think we should overreact. I don't think we'll go down, of course, but you can't rule it out at the moment. You really can't. I mean, Ultra says only 6 points apparently now off the relegation places. Ah. And yeah, we're into extra time in the first half now. It's not actually been shown how much extra time there is by the fourth official, at least unless I missed it. Um, I don't know what to do really. I mean, we'll look at the team and the bench again at half time just to see what Valerian Ismail could potentially do. I don't think Ngaki has been particularly that bad. So, do you make the change for Andrews? I don't know. Here's Dennis, last chance of the first half. Oh, saved there by the Millwall goalkeeper. Dangerous ball in there by Dennis. No one from the Watford attack got on the end of it. And the Millwall goalkeeper had to parry that out into a dangerous area. Here's Ngakia again, and the referee blows up for half time. Just a minute there of additional time that was added on. This has been a tough watch, guys. I'll be honest with you. First half, very disappointing. The best chance from Watford probably come from a bit of skill from Aspria. Working the Millwall goalkeeper. Aside from that, nothing really clear cut, but for Watford to have a go at. It's been tough. It's been a tough one. Let's take a quick look back at the Watford 11 for the game. I'll just get it back up for you. Just give me one moment. Watford FC on Twitter. And I think for me, it was just disappointing to go behind so early on. That was the most disappointing thing for me. Yeah, just silly. Giving away silly fouls in dangerous areas. And then, ultimately you get punished for it, don't you? At the end of the day, yes, the free kick probably shouldn't have gone in, but that the foul was committed, the opportunity was there, they took the chance, and Zian Fleming scored the goal. Let's just bring up the Watford team again for you. I'll share my screen on here. There we go. So there's a Watford team who started the game. Now, what would I change? Now, let's look at this, logically from, maybe a tactical perspective. I actually don't think Kayembe has been particularly good. I might bring on Kone for Kayembe if I was Val. Looking at other areas of the team, Porteous is a physical presence, albeit he's a bit of a liability at times as well. Martins is there, albeit again, physically you look at him and you say Martins is probably too weak to play in this game. So I'd be looking at Matty Pollock potentially, Ismail Kone. Rajvic, maybe, is he an option to bring on? I know he has his haters, and I wouldn't call myself a Rajvic hater, but I'm a critic of Rajvic's. Yeah, I don't know. I might bring on Andrews late on, or certainly, a little bit into the second half to change it up a bit. And Kone, I think, is the other change I would make. But aside from that, we don't have really too much quality to kind of change our fate today. Is Rajovic going to create a chance out of nothing? I don't potentially think he would do. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Rocco says he loves Martins. He also says Rajovic is horrible. There you go. That's the opinion of Rocco's. Josh Lewis, welcome to the stream. He says, got to bring on Andrews. I agree. Kone and Backman. Yes, I'm serious. Well, what I would say is Ben Hamer has had a little bit of a stinker today. I think he should have probably done better on the free kick. And then he gave away the corner needlessly as well, through having a poor touch from that back pass. So, Josh is saying Batman should come on. An interesting take from Josh. Odger says Andrews on, Rajovic scores goals, Bio doesn't. That's a fair opinion to hold. Rajovic is ultimately our top scorer this season. Rajovic has 10 goals. Surprisingly enough to say that he does. He does have 10 goals. Rocco says he has a feeling Rajovic is going to bang one in the top corner. I hope so. But yeah, what do we do? Andrews on for Ngakia. I can see that happening. Rajovic on for Bio potentially. So you have a Rajovic Dennis front two. That could work if Rajovic wins some aerial duels, which he hasn't done so really. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But yeah, it's not been good. But yeah, I'm going to head off for literally a quick break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes' time. So yeah, mull among yourselves in the live chat. Quickly before I go, VJ says panic stations. What I'll do actually is I'll put a poll in the YouTube chat. And actually, it's going to be our Watford in a relegation battle. So let me know your thoughts. It'll be, again, a yes or no answer. Because as you say, I think someone told me, as it stands, we're 6 points off the drop because other results haven't gone our way from the teams below us. So our Watford in a relegation battle. Can't spell. And then we'll probably do another one in the second half. Would you sack Blair and Ismail? I think it's a conversation that has to be had. At least I'm sure Gino Pozzo will probably be having that conversation, right? So I'd like to get your thoughts on kind of that situation as well. So get voting away in the live chat. Are Watford in a relegation battle? Apparently both QPR and Stoke are winning. Let's take a quick look at the other results, actually, both in the Premier League and the Championship. So Premier League results, lots of games, actually 6 Premier League games today. Newcastle 2, Wolves 0, Tottenham 0, Palace 0, Forest 0, Liverpool 0, Chelsea 1. Excuse me, got the hiccups. And Brentford 0. Nicholas Jackson with the goal in that game. Everton 0, West Ham 0, and Fulham 2, Brighton 0. I believe João Pedro is still out injured for Brighton. He picked up a bit of a serious injury, actually. I can't remember what it was, but he's not played there for well over a month now. So hopefully João Pedro gets better soon for Brighton fans. The Championship fixtures, let's take a quick look at them before I head off just for a moment. Let's take a look. Birmingham City 2, Southampton 1. Southampton having a miserable time at the moment. Rotherham 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Preston 0, Hull 0. Leicester City 0, QPR 1. That is huge. If QPR can hold on to that, what a massive result that is for them. Ilias Chair with the goal, who I thought had been sentenced to prison, but apparently not, because he scored the goal in a Championship match. So clearly Ilias Chair is still able to play football. Swansea 2, Blackburn 0. Swansea City are Watford's next opponents. Stoke City 1, Middlesbrough 0, Norwich 0, Sunderland 0. Millwall 1, Watford nil, and Plymouth Argyle nil, Ipswich Town 1. So yeah, lots of interesting scores around the divisions there. Let me know your thoughts on the game again in the live chat. I'll be back in literally 3 or 4 minutes, just having a quick break. And then we'll be back to watch the second half unfold. So I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. See you then. Hello, we are back and ready to go for the second half. How are you guys doing? Let me know your thoughts in chat after that quite abysmal first half display from Watford. It's not the worst performance I've seen from us this season, but again, it's certainly up there in terms of exciting football to actually watch. It's not been particularly fantastic. Yeah, here we go, ready to go back for the second half. Apologies for my break. I went to the toilet, of course. A man has needs, and that need is to wee. So yeah, yes, I went to the toilet. But yeah, we're ready to go for the second half. Here come the Watford players. I'm just waiting to see if any changes have been made at half time from Valerian Ismail. It doesn't look so. It looks like all the players that started the game are coming back out. So it doesn't look like any changes for Watford. Millwall players coming out now as well. VJ says, personally, I want Val to stay. Well, make sure you vote on the poll in the YouTube live chat if you have a mobile device. And Odger says, Val won't be there with 5 more losses. Well, I don't know if Val will be there after today. Actually, we'll have to wait and see what happens. It looks like there is a sub coming on. It looks like Tom Deli Bashiri is coming on for Watford. Just waiting to see who's come off for him. Probably Kayembe, I'd imagine. Yeah, 39 Kayembe is off. And Tom Deli Bashiri has come on. So no Kone. Tom Deli's come on. That's an interesting change. Do I agree with that? Maybe not. I'd say Kone offers a bit more physicality, but Tom Deli's really good at carrying the ball. So yeah, that's Ismail's choice, of course. Tom Deli on, Edu Kayembe off, and Vacuum Bio has got us underway for the second half. And actually, the weather has improved. It's now sunny in Millwall compared to earlier today. It's chucking it down with rain earlier this morning. Really, really heavy, actually. Here we go, though. Can Watford entertain us? That's all I'm asking for today. A bit of entertainment. You know, I'm not even asking for a win anymore. I just want to see some exciting football, some shots on goal, and something to be positive about. Whereas at the moment, it's just it's boring. It is. It really is. Let's see what you guys are saying in the live chat. I'm always baffled by Val's substitutions, says Odja. And yeah, you know, people have different opinions on Val. I personally would have him stay until the end of the season and then kind of reassess from that point. But I don't think sacking Ismail now is really going to achieve anything apart from sending the fans, making the fans frustrated, really. Just stick with your manager until the end of the season, see what happens. You've at least given him a full year, which is more than most other Watford managers have ever received. So, I'd keep him until at least May, then reassess from there. See kind of what our budget is going into the summer. Can the squad be improved? Is he the right man to take us forward? Because I certainly think in terms of actually player attitude towards the game and towards the fans, that's improved. Results on the pitch haven't really improved from last season. If you actually compare the points accrued, we're roughly in the same area. But obviously last season we had the added bonus of having Sarr and Joao Pedro as well. So we are probably where we deserve to be, but it's just not exciting football, is it? And well one back there by Jeremy Ngakia. Looks like Tom Deli Bashiri is playing at the moment as more of a sitting midfielder. Jake Livermore seems to have pushed up a little bit. And yeah, Tom Deli Bashiri looks like he's sitting in front of the centre backs, at least at the moment anyway. And of course, we'll keep you updated with all the scores around the divisions as well. Dennis fouling, Bio actually fouling Watmore there. He goes down. And yeah, sorry, the commentary's not been more exciting than it is really, but yeah, it's the game. The game's just been boring. I don't know what else to say. Not really many opportunities for both sides. Millwall's next best opportunity come via a Watford defensive mistake. Ben Hamer nearly scored an own goal in the first half as well. Dennis has probably had a half chance in the game, as has Yasser Espria. But yeah, apart from that, that's been it. Nothing to shout about really. Um, yeah, not been great. Not been great. Let me know what you guys are up to this weekend. Of course, we don't just have to talk about Watford here. We are watching the Watford game, but if you guys are up to anything interesting this evening or tomorrow, or anything really, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. I went to the cinema myself the other day. I watched the new Bob Marley film. Really, really good. Actually, found it really interesting. And he likes football a lot. Bob Marley actually spent a lot of time in London, kind of recording, his songs at a London recording studio. And turns out he quite liked football as well, which I didn't know prior to watching the film. And I think that's out in the cinemas now. So make sure you go and watch that. If you like his music. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Bob Marley film that's just been out. Adam's here. Hi, James. Hello, Adam. How are you? Are you watching the game today? Let me know your thoughts on Watford's performance so far, because it's not been particularly exhilarating to watch, has it? But yeah, go and check out the Bob Marley film. I'm not being paid to promote it, of course, but I just found it, really enjoyable to watch. Come on, Watford. Espria and Bio playing up top at the moment. Unless Esprit has gone into a bit of a number 10 position here. I can't quite work out what's happened. Dennis looks to be out on the right-hand side. It would just be nice to get a goal, wouldn't it? Just to see a goal. It would be really nice. Here's Dennis. Into Ngakia. Driving forward really well here. Well done, Ngakia. Back to Dennis. He crosses it. Oh, it's a decent ball. Doesn't actually get to anyone, but a dangerous ball there from Dennis. Probably rushed across actually a little bit too soon. We had a first attack of the second half there. Well worked by Ngakia, linking up with Dennis on his right-hand side. And yeah, crossed in over everyone's heads, unfortunately. But yeah, Watford shooting towards the away fans this half. Watford's selling out both the top and bottom tier of Millwall by the looks of it, which is really positive to see. And actually, in terms of away days, Watford only really have two London away days every season now. Obviously, we've got QPR away, which we won, and Millwall away as well. So yeah, in the Premier League, you have more. You have Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, Tottenham, Palace as well, all in London. But yeah, in the Championship, a lot of the teams are up north, and you have to travel a lot further in the Championship for your away days. Adam says, what on earth is Val's problem with Andrews? I've got no idea, Adam. It's a real big frustration of mine, to be honest with you. We're clearly not being told the full story here. Ismail keeps saying it's fatigue. I'm not buying that nonsense anymore, to be honest with you. I think it's more tactical. I mean, I was speaking to someone prior to the game today, and apparently, Ismail prefers Tom Delly's kind of ball retention. Apparently, Ryan Andrews isn't very good at retaining the ball, according to the data. So yeah, apparently he prefers. It looks like he prefers Ngakia and Tom Delly in that position. I don't know what else to say, Adam. It's very annoying, very frustrating. Also says we play a confusing style of play, even for our own players. They don't know where to place themselves in front of goal. VJ says it could be discipline issues. Bedlist is here. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? He says, "Hi, came for the second half, was out for a bit, so couldn't be here at the start. How are you? Anyways, I'm all good. Thank you very much for asking." Um, yeah, I'm all good myself personally, but yeah, watching Watford today has not been very exciting to say the least. In terms of opportunities, Espria had a chance in the first half. Dennis had a half chance as well. Um, yeah, apart from that, Watford haven't really had any big opportunities. But here's Espria on the ball, gets dispossessed easily. Two Millwall players out muscling him. And yeah, a substitution was made at halftime as well, guys. If you are just joining us, Edu Kayembe has gone off and Tom Deli Bashuru has come onto the pitch as well. I think this has got a Millwall second goal written all over it, to be honest with you. I mean, I went to chat with my younger brother at half time, and he wasn't as negative as me, actually. He was obviously frustrated we were losing, but he thought we actually did okay, whereas I am bored out of my brains watching us at the moment. Um, so, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Come on, Watford. Come on. Now, we are approaching the 60th minute where Valerian Ismail usually makes like a triple substitution. So we're about 5 minutes away from that. So let's see if he does it again today. It seems to be his style where on the 60th minute mark of every match, he likes to make, a lot of changes. We have the options to do so. We've got Andrews to come on, Kone, Martins, Ryovic. So hopefully he does change it up a little bit. Here's Lewis, though. Oh, nearly worked out there. Good ball into Sema, who couldn't quite hold on to it inside the Millwall penalty area. But yeah, about 55 minutes gone into this game now. Adam says Gino and Duxbury spotted at the game. That is interesting because I know they don't travel to every away game, so the fact they are present there is interesting. Ibed says, I like Ngakia, but we need to use Andrews and his talents. I agree. Wouldn't mind sacking Ismail because I think he doesn't use our players in the right way. Need new owners either way, though. I think a lot of people probably agree with your comments. Odger says he hates the triple substitutions. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's a fair comment as well. He does it. He does it pretty much every game. I think that's the funny thing I'm trying to point out, really. Here's Ngakia doing a couple of step overs. Back with Dennis. Oh, Bio goes down in the penalty area. A couple of Watford players say, referee, is that a penalty? Referee says no. We continue. Here's Sierralta. Plays it to Tom Deli Bashiri. Into Wesley Hoot. Wesley Hoot plays in Sema. Lewis. Oh! Chance there for Bio. He sends it wide, and it looks like that's gone out for a goal kick. Well worked there, actually. Hoot into Sema. Back out to Lewis. Really good ball in by Lewis, actually. And Bio just couldn't get a good connection on that. He had two Millwall players tracking him as well, which is obviously difficult in itself. Yeah, the first real chance of the second half there coming through Vacuum Bio. Adam says he reckon Val is gone if we lose this. Can't stand him. VJ agrees. Odger says Watford don't get penalties this season. Well, we've only had one, haven't we? One penalty. I can't remember who that was against. But yeah, Watford have only had one penalty so far this season. Why did Hoot take the free kick, Adam? I think it's because he's left-footed. It was a good position for a left-footer. That was it, really. I wouldn't read too much into it. Obviously, we have better players at taking set pieces than Hoot, but he does have a very good left foot. I think that's the reasoning behind that. Here's Lewis on the ball, taking his time. Back into Tom Deli Bashiri. Ah, Espria loses the ball, though. Wow, another big score update to let you guys know about. It's now QPR 2, Leicester City nil. Unbelievable. Wow, big score. Come on, Watford. Let's do something, hey? Um, Hornet Boy says Bio has got to be the worst striker ever to play in the Championship. Well, I would disagree. I'm sure there've been worse strikers. We had Ray Manai at Watford last season, and you remember how overweight and inagile he was. So I would say Bio is definitely better than him at least. Um, Adam says, can't believe I'm saying this, but I want Loser back. I agree. The fact we got rid of him without an adequate replacement is baffling to me. VJ says, when is our new sign-in starting? I'm not sure who you're referring to there, VJ. Here's Wesley Hute, though, playing out from the back once again into Jamal Lewis. A lot of Watford's play coming down the left-hand side in this second half. Let's switch up a little bit, guys. Very, very predictable at the moment. Back to Wesley Hute. Livermore dropping deep, acting as a third centre-back at the moment. Here's Dennis on the right-hand side. Ngakia, kind of inverting now when Watford are on the attack. Really high up, almost playing as like not a striker, I'd say, but an inverted midfielder, I suppose, or a inverted fullback, I should say, is the modern term to use in footballing terms. Yeah, Ngakia and Lewis pushing up very, very high. Looking to probably apply a bit more pressure to the Millwall back line, but we can't find a way through at the moment. There's Hoot over the top looking for Bio. Bio looking for an option to pass to here. Not very many here to make available for him. God, it's boring. It's boring football. It's boring football. Here's Tom Delly. Passes it wide to Ngakia. Ngakia floats across in. Here's Sema with a chance. He shoots. It's blocked. Comes back out. And Watford putting Millwall under the first real sustained bit of pressure of this game so far. So substitutions are being made now, and they're not coming from Watford. They're coming from Millwall. So Millwall making their first change of the match. Let's see who is coming off for them. So Duncan Watmore coming off, who's posed a bit of a threat actually, and Norton Cuffy coming on for Millwall. So pretty much a light change, if you will. Both playing in a similar position at least. So yeah, Duncan Watmore coming off. He had a chance earlier, half chance to round Ben Hamer, which he did, but the angle was too tight for him to score from, which would have made it 2-0 to Millwall at the time if Duncan Watmore had scored that chance he had in the first half. Oh, this is so poor. Really is. Leicester City have a goal back, 2-1 to QPR now. Is a Leicester City come back on? We'll keep an eye on that score for you as well. Esprit, a 1,000 Millwall player. Looks like he's going to be picking up a yellow card here, potentially. Oh, Doumbia. Doumbia, VJ. You mean Doumbia. Mamadou Doumbia is the new guy joining in the summer. I was going to make a whole video on his signing actually, but I just, to be honest, I couldn't be bothered to do the research necessary. So Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, he's really highly rated by some African football scouts that I saw on Twitter. Seems to be a good prospect coming out of Mali, but again, he's 18. We don't want to get all our hopes set on an 18-year-old striker. But yeah, it's an interesting signing. Make sure to subscribe to the Watford Way as well. The aim is to at least hit 845 subscribers today. So we're one subscriber away from 845. If we can do 850, would be the goal for today. So if you're not are new around here, please hit the button just down below the live stream today. Yeah, and Watford's next matches: Swansea, Coventry, Burnham, Leeds, West Brom, Preston, Ipswich, Southampton, Sunderland. There's some tough tests in there. Sunderland will be tough. Southampton, Leeds, West Brom as well. Ipswich. There's a big chance that Watford won't win any of them games. Hopefully we will. Hopefully it will improve, but some really tough tests coming up for Watford in the coming months and weeks. And not long to go, really, of this season anymore. We're in March now. And yeah, as I said, I think there's 11 games left to go, isn't there? So in the grand scheme of things, there's not much time left for Watford to kind of save their season and at least make it enjoyable for us fans to watch. Livermore foul in the Millwall player there, clear foul. Gives away a free kick, but yeah, in Millwall's half, so no threat to Watford. Ismail Kone is getting ready on the bench. Looks like Val is going to be making 2 changes at least. Ryan Andrews is ready. Here we go. He's back. Finally. Oh my God. How many weeks has it taken for us to see more than 20 minutes from Ryan Andrews? It's been so long. But yeah, Ryan Andrews getting ready to come on, as is Ismail Kone as well. Hopefully, both of them changes will help Watford get something out of this game. Fingers crossed. But yeah, Ismail getting them substitutions made. And yeah, pretty much around the 60th minute mark. It's the 60th minute, 65th minute at the moment. And here we go. Watford with the 2 changes here. So number 45, Andrews, is coming on for who is that? Ngakia. So straight swap there. Ngakia off, Andrews on. Fair enough. Happy to see Andrews playing finally. Again, I still firmly believe he's one of our brightest prospects we've had at the club for a very long time. And Ken Sema is coming off, and Ismail Kone is coming on. So maybe a change of formation slightly here, unless Kone will just play as kind of a left midfielder, but it's not really his natural game. Southampton have come back in their game as well. It's Southampton 3, Birmingham City 2. So there's a score update for you there. I bet it says looking forward to next season more than this one. Odger says no win in sight and 6 points down to the relegation line. Yeah, it's concerning. It's concerning. And yeah, as VJ says, Southampton leading Birmingham there by 3 goals to 2. So just over 20 minutes to go here at the Den. The atmosphere seems to have died down, which is good. I was a bit concerned that the atmosphere would be a bit intimidating for the Watford players. Of course, I don't have the audio on because I would get copyrighted. But yeah, it seems to have died down a little bit, which is probably beneficial in our favour. Hopefully, the Watford fans are in full voice in the away end as well. Yeah, but yeah, good to see the substitutions have been made anyway. Andrews on, Kone on, hopefully to inject a bit of technical quality and ability into this team. And some fresh legs, really, as well, obviously. The first half looked very physically demanding. A lot of aerial duels to be won. Uh, Giving away silly fouls, though. Back in Bayer there this time, giving away the foul. Oh. All right, let's take a look at our upcoming games then, so I can tell you when our next live stream will be. So I've got 2 home games next week. Watford, Swansea, and then Watford, Coventry. So yeah, our next stream will probably be Birmingham City versus Watford on Saturday, the 16th of March. So make sure to join me here for that. I do have some news as well, some exciting news actually. I may potentially have an exclusive interview coming out in the next couple of weeks with a current Watford first team player. It's still being sorted and I'm still waiting for approval for it to go ahead. But keep an eye out on our social media pages for that. Because if it does go ahead, you guys will really enjoy that video. So yeah, keep an eye out on our social media pages, and hopefully I'll have some news for you within the next week or so on that front. But yeah, Millwall here have a free kick, 70 minutes gone. Hopefully Watford can defend it. Andrews clears this time. VJ says the cavalry have arrived. They have. Kone and Andrews on. Always good to see. I love Kone. He seems like a really chill guy, man, as well. Just the way he does his interviews, the way he speaks. Canadian international, seems really down to earth as well. So yeah, I really like Ismail Kone. Ben Hamer there punching clear. An opportunity for Millwall to maybe grab a second goal there, but Ben Hamer did well to get the danger away. Oh, come on. Now, I had a haircut the other week as well. I feel like my barber I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it. He left a lot of length on the top. He didn't take off as much as I wanted on the top, but it looks okay. I mean, I don't look ridiculous. So yeah. Oh dear. £20 that cost me as well, my haircut. 20 great British pounds. Yeah, in a minute, I'll get a score update from the Premier League as well. Big game in the Premier League tomorrow, of course. Man United versus Man City. I believe it's at the Etihad as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, fully expecting United to get destroyed, which we all like to see, of course. Sheffield Wednesday beating Rotherham now, by the way, as well. When I have a break in play, I'll get score updates for you from around the grounds. Yeah, the game at the moment is on a bit of a knife edge. Watford and Millwall both having counter-attacking opportunities. Hopefully, Watford can get a goal shortly and, spend the last 10, 15 minutes, trying to get that winning goal. Michael Obafemi coming off. He's been causing Watford all sorts of problems with his pace and behind today. Longman has come on for Millwall. But yeah, Michael Obafemi has come off, which is good news from our perspective. Who are Luton playing later? Who are they playing? So 72 minutes gone now at the Den. Watford, I mean, we've not really forced any real big save from their goalkeeper. Esprit had a shot on target straight at the keeper, so pretty easy for him to claim. And that's been it, really. We've not challenged their goalkeeper in any way. We've not really forced their defence to make any last-ditch challenges. I'd maybe chuck Rivich on for a laugh and see what happens. Because actually, at the start of the season, he kind of worked as a really good impact sub. The last 10, 15 minutes of games he'd come on, cause a bit of chaos with his size. And we'd actually score a couple of late goals. I think Rivich was actually the person who scored the late equalising goal at home to Millwall earlier this season. So maybe Bio should come off now and just give Rivich a chance just to see what happens. So they're playing Aston Villa, are they? Luton. Hopefully, hopefully that will result in another loss for them. I better says Rivich just needs service. We have no quality to give him that. Adam says we are only 6 points from 22nd. I know. Let's not focus on that right now. Let's focus on Watford hopefully getting an equalising or winning goal in this game. Jamal Lewis with the free kick. Oh, that's so poor. That's so poor from Jamal Lewis. Oh, referee. Jesus Christ, that's a yellow card. Takes Andrews out. Goodness me. Clear yellow card. I mean, that is just disgusting. That is disgusting. I mean, Andrews knew what he was doing, of course, as well. But yeah, the tackle there, disgraceful. Really poor. Leonard there with the yellow card for Millwall. Please subscribe to the Watford Way as well. Trying to hit 445 subs today, guys. Not 400, 845 subs today. So yeah, we're one subscriber away from that goal. Please hit the button down below. It would be very much appreciated. Shot there from Kone goes over the bar as well. Least is having a go. Least is having a go. Yeah, well worked there by Dennis again. Kone finds the space, has a shot, but does go a couple of yards over the bar. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the Watford fans are reacting like in the away end as well, because obviously I'm streaming here on YouTube. I can't actually listen to the commentary or what the crowd is reacting like. But yeah, I'm interested to see if there's any anger maybe or angst in the Watford away end today. Brentford leading Chelsea now. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, we'll get to the scores in just a moment. This game's been very end to end, so I've not been able to take my eyes off of it in the past 5 or 10 minutes. Here's Millwall on the attack. I think they've won themselves a corner here as well. Nope, goal kick. Right, let's take a look at the scores quickly. Championship scores on the doors. Let's go. Let's rattle through them. How are we looking at the moment? Any big results? Swansea 2, Blackburn 1. Still QPR 2-1 against Leicester. Millwall obviously leading Watford. Ipswich winning. Sunderland 0-0. And that's pretty much it. Birmingham 2, Southampton 3. Birmingham City with a red card as well. The Premier League, Newcastle 2, Wolves 0. Palace 1, Tottenham 0. Wow. Brentford 2, Chelsea 1. Johan Wissa with a overhead kick apparently in that game. Everton 1, West Ham 1. And Fulham 2, Brighton 0. The late games today, Luton Town versus Aston Villa. And tomorrow we have Burnley, Bournemouth, and Man City versus Manchester United. Big game. Here's Andrews bombing forwards. Here's Watford. Here we go. Tom Delly, edge of the box. Can someone have a shot? Go on, Dennis. Have a shot. Lewis in. Still with Watford. Go on, Lewis. Let's do something. Here's Jamal Lewis. Livermore, go on, have a shot. He does so. It's on target. Ugh. Okay. Well, at least he had a shot. But yeah, straight at the keeper. Yeah, the 2 goals Livermore scored against QPR, they were quality. This wasn't quite of the same quality, but yeah, a shot on target from Jake Livermore, which is what we like to see. VJ says Scott Parker or Troy Deeney. If you're talking about becoming the next Watford manager, and those are the only 2 options I had to choose from, I would probably say Scott Parker. I don't think Deeney is ready to become Watford manager just yet. I'd love to see it in the future, absolutely, because I love Troy. Again, I've literally got like a shrine of Troy up on my wall here. But no, I don't think Troy Deeney is ready to manage Watford just at the moment. If anything, Tom Cleverley is more ready. Here we go. I called this substitution actually. Bio has come off, and Mileta Rajovic has come on. Here we go. It's Rajovic time, baby. Here we go. Can the Hertfordshire Haaland bag 2 goals to win us the 3 points? Get the ball in the box and get his head on it. That's all I ask for. Rajovic is taking the throw in here, actually. What is going on? Mileta Rajovic is taking the throw. What? Why is he not in the box? So Rajovic is going to implement a long throw here for Watford. What? What is happening? Why wouldn't Espria throw or something? What is going on? Wesley Hugh is having words here with the referee. The game has been stopped actually for a moment. Rajovic isn't being allowed to take his throw in at the moment. Yeah, I'm surprised Rajovic isn't in the mixer there. Here we go. Maybe he's got a big throw on him. Let's have a look. So here's Mileta Rajovic. Oh. Get on with it then. What's going on? What is happening? I think the referee's about to book him for time wasting. I don't know what is happening. We're still waiting for Rajovic to take his throw. Here's Rajovic then. Come on, ref. Here we go. He throws it. It gets into the penalty spot. It's dangerous. Oh. Here's Lewis. We're outside the box now. Looking to do something. Lewis tries to whip the ball in. Goes out for a Watford corner. Here we go. This happens all the time. Last 10 minutes, we actually try. Happens all the time. Boring football. We're 1 goal down. And then they go, you know what? Let's try for the last 10 minutes. So this is what we're seeing right now. But yeah, Espria now taking the corner. That's more like it. Espria with a bit of quality. Can he deliver a good ball into the box here? Oh, it's dangerous. It was a good ball. Better than Sema's earlier anyway. Here's Lewis. Espria on this left-hand side. Oh, nearly. And Ryan Andrews plays it all the way back to Ben Hamer, and our progress up the pitch has been regressed. Norwich leading at Sunderland. Josh Sargent with the goal. Oh, Rajovic with a good bit of pace there to chase the ball down. Fair play to him. I feel like I have to applaud anything positive he does because I'm such a critic. But here's Kone. Lewis. Still with Lewis. Back to Livermore. Come on, boys. Let's get up there. Tom Delly. Andrews. Andrews with the delivery. It's headed on, and the Millwall goalkeeper claims and goes to ground. And yes, so far I'm glad I didn't go to the game because it's not that far to go for me. It's probably about a half an hour train ride away from me, Millwall. But yeah, it's not been good today. It would have been money down the drain. And yeah, at least I'm here talking to you guys today. 8 minutes to go with normal time now. Come on. Please subscribe to the Watford Way as well if you haven't already. Oh, silly. Kone foul in the Millwall. Saville there for Millwall. Um, we're just letting them waste time now. Every foul we give away, they're just going to milk it, waste time. And yeah, this is going to be a crucial win for Millwall. Whereas for Watford, it means nothing. Even a draw is meaningless for us, really. We want 3 points. We want to march, as high up the table as we possibly can. So a loss for us today, a draw for us is meaningless. We need the 3 points. Come on, Watford. Here's Livermore looking to spread the play out wide to Andrews. He does so. Andrews bombing up the pitch is what we love to see. Andrews, oh, beautiful. Cuts inside. That's classy. Oh, Dennis, poor touch. Goes out for a goal kick again. And we're losing time here now. Not long left to go, really. Right. Let's end the YouTube poll and see what the result is. The poll was, are Watford in a relegation battle, with a 22 votes? 55% of you have said no. 45% of you has said yes. So yeah, that's the result of that poll. Oh, okay, so we've got 5 minutes to play of normal time. Watford now have a free kick. Yasser Espria standing over it. Potentially a really good position here for Watford to capitalise on. Hopefully, Espria can create something of note. Come on, Watford. Here's Espria. Come on, referee. Get on with it. Here we go. Ball's whipped in. Headed away. Tom Delly looks to win it. He does so. Headed back away again. Andrews. Good play from him. Lewis looking to take on his man. Wins Watford a throw-in. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, it looks like someone's down with injury here, wasting more time. Head injury. Obviously, the referee does have to stop the game for head injuries, but a lot of the time they are feigned by the players. Another substitution by Val here. I don't think he knows really what he's doing anymore, but it's a last throw at the dice. Jake Livermore off. Matthias Martins is on, looking to try and just to grab a late goal, really, I suppose. So Kone and Tom Delly Bashiri, I suppose, will be our midfield two now. Here's Andrews. Oh, nearly got to Rivich. Here's Wesley Hoot. Matthias Martins out on this left-hand side. Still with Martins, trying his tricks. He does pass it, though. Back to Hoot. Oh, dangerous ball there. We're still in the penalty box of Millwall's here. Let's keep this going, Watford. Just keep the pressure on. Hopefully they make a mistake. Here's Dennis. Can he create something here? He loses the ball, but it's with Lewis. Still with Lewis. Out to Martins. Martins takes on his man, loses the ball as per usual, and it's cleared. Watford win the ball back, though. Back with big Wes. Come on, Wesley. Out to Andrews here. Into the box. Cleared away again. Watford putting the pressure on. This is what I wanted to see from minute 1 of the match. Here's Wesley who takes a heavy touch and loses the ball, and Millwall have an opportunity to counter here. Heavy touch, goes out for a Watford throw. Come on. Come on, this way, not that way, this way. It's Birmingham 3, Southampton 3 now. Score update in that match. Come on, Watford. Let's get a late goal. God, we're going to lose, aren't we? We are going to lose. As soon as that free kick went in, about 3 minutes into the match, I knew it was. I knew it wasn't our day. Here's Wesley Hu looking for a long crossfield ball that we've seen him do many times. Into Andrews. Miletovic is going to attempt his long throw again. This is a new thing we've seen this game. Rajvic is apparently now has a long throw. Here it is, into the box. Causes a bit of trouble, but doesn't get to a Watford head. Oh, shot there by Asprilla. Dennis picks it up. On this right-hand side, drives past his man. Still with Dennis. In the corner flag here. And referee says it's a Watford foul. And not long left to go now. Looks like this is not going to be our day. Less than a minute now of normal time in this match. Frustrating. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section before we head off, of course. Yeah, not been Watford's day. Let's see how much added time we get. Hopefully 4 or 5 minutes. But yeah, the Millwall fans are all standing up now, giving it large to the Watford away fans here. Not what you like to see. Oh, Martins has a chance here. Martins driving through at goal. Here's Martins. Can he do something? Oh, it's a weak shot by Matthias Martins on his left foot. He could have maybe done a bit more there for me. The angle was tight. But yeah, a weak shot there by Matthias Martins. He's had an impact, though, since he's come on. But yeah, not quite what we needed at that moment in time. Bedley says sacked in the morning. Well, let's see what happens, hey? If it does happen, do not worry. I'll be here on the Watford Way with probably a live stream we'll do if Blair and Ismail get sacked. I think that would be quite a good conversation to have with you guys. Yeah, how much added time have we got? 4 minutes of added time. We've played 30 seconds. Come on, Watford. What's going on? Not been good enough. Oh, referee. Goodness me. Again, dirty tackle on Ryan Andrews here. Yellow card again. That's 2 bad challenges Andrews has been on the end of. And again, it's just utilising his pace. He gets there first. The challenge goes in. Yellow card. And, you know, we've missed that today. So, yeah, Millwall player gets booked there. Fleming getting a yellow card. Dirty challenge. Dirty challenge. Ben Hamer instructing every Watford player to get up, basically. Come on, ref, get on with it. 2 minutes left to go. And yeah, Millwall making 2 substitutions here, wasting a bit more time, which is understandable. They are allowed to do that with the subs. And yeah, what a disappointing result, hey? Really frustrating. It's about a minute and a half to go. Martins with the ball. Here's Lewis. Andrews. Still with Andrews, looking to create something from deep. Plays it to Martins. Millwall have every player behind the ball now. Martins really weak, loses out. Big opportunity on the counter-attack here for Millwall. They chose not to take it. They take the ball instead to the corner flag, which is understandable from their perspective. And I wish Watford had a bit more tactical nous like that ourselves. Oh, goodness me. It's going to be a corner. And that's going to be it, really. About a minute left to go, guys. I won't stick around too long afterwards. I'll just say, from my perspective, really disappointing. I'll just read a couple of your comments here. Only problem is, I Bedley says, only problem I have with Ismail, if he's sat, is that will Jake Livermore leave in the summer? Want him for next season if possible. Oja says, result is better than I expected. But we just can't score. Yeah, I'd potentially argue that. I mean, I expected Millwall to maybe score, a couple more goals than they have done going into today. But still, I don't want Watford to lose any game, regardless of the scoreline. Bit of a fight here happening in the corner flag. 20 seconds left to go. Disappointing. Who cares now? I've lost interest now in this season. Even a few weeks ago, we had something to play for. We were quite close to the playoff positions. But we've just let it go. We've let it go. We don't have the quality or the depth to achieve that. And yeah, that should be pretty much it. We've hit the added minutes now. 4 minutes played, 4 minutes added on. There might be one chance left in this for Watford. Ben Heyman nutmegs the Millwall player here. Ben Hamer I don't know what he was doing. I'm not quite sure what he was doing there, but yeah, he nutmegged the Millwall player. Here's Watford. Andrews hoops it up. Just blow the whistle, ref. Just put me out of my misery. I've got a takeaway to go and get now. And yeah, Millwall taking it to the corner flag once again. Come on, ref. Get on with it. Ah, what a shame. What a shame. Let's see what happens. We'll be here if it happens. If Ismail gets sat, we'll be here on the Watford Way with a live stream or video to talk through it. The game's done. Watford have lost 1-0 away to Millwall. Thank you so much for watching once again, guys. I really do appreciate it, of course. Next time I'll be here for a away game will be on the 16th of March as Watford travel to Birmingham City. And yeah, let's see what happens. But I appreciate your company once again. I'm sorry Watford couldn't score the goals and win the game today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay positive, stay happy. We're all Watford fans at the end of the day. And yeah, again, I feel sorry for the fans that spent their money to go to London today and to travel to watch that performance. Very disappointing. And yeah, we move. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.